The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Maricel Halili. The Commission on Elections said they may not have enough funds should the barangay and SK elections be moved to next year. According to the poll body, postponing the elections would entail an 18 billion peso budget. Allocation for the BSK elections this year is only at 8.4 billion pesos. The COMELEC said they're expecting an additional 5 million new voters if the local elections would be moved to next year.
Ang projection namin, yung mga 14 years old na magpi-15 para sa SK at yung mga hindi pa nakapagparehistro ng mga kababayan natin o yung mga na-deactivate na gusto magparehistro ay mahigit pong 5 milyon po yun. Tataas po ang bilang ng presinto. Sa kasalukuyan po, meron tayong 207,000 precincts sa kasalukuyan. Subalit kung tayo po, Your Honors, ay magre-reset, magpo-postpone at magre-reset ng December, from 207,000 magiging 239,000 precincts po, Your Honor, based do sa projection ng increase in the number of registered voters.
Meanwhile, some lawmakers suggested using a portion of the budget from COMELEC's 2023 allocation. But the Budget Department said they made no additional appropriation for the BSK elections, as they assumed that the COMELEC would still have enough funds for it.
Due to the muted revenue and high deficit resulting in the current tight fiscal position and the adoption of a fiscal consolidation strategy. So in the absence of additional revenue measures to fund the significant budgetary implications of the postponement of the 2022 barangay and SK elections, it would be very difficult for the national government to fund the requirements for the implementation of the bill, which will put further pressure on the tight fiscal space and will have to compete with other urgent priority programs and projects of the government.
Visa-free privileges for Filipinos entering Taiwan remains in effect, according to Manila Economic and Cultural Office Head Silvestre Bello III. Speaking to One Balita Pilipinas, Bello said that Taiwanese representative to the Philippines Michael Pei-Yong-Shu denied the Philippines' exclusion from the list of visa-free countries. Bello said it was all a misunderstanding and that he will seek further dialogue on the matter. Taiwan's Bureau of Consular Affairs earlier removed the Philippines from the list of countries eligible for visa-free entry. Prices of local garlic and cabbage have gone up despite oversupply in some areas. Shaila Francisco has the details.
In just a week, prevailing prices of local garlic went up by 100 pesos per kilo. Data from the Agriculture Department showed that local garlic now costs 350 to 400 pesos from 250 pesos last week. This comes as harvest season wraps up in some areas, while in others, planting season has just begun. The DA says 12 of the 13 markets they are monitoring are selling just imported varieties. The agency added that local garlic supply this year is not enough to meet the demand.
We haven't produced enough garlic to meet our demand. No? So, definitely, pag meron tayong problema sa supply, apektado pati yung presyo. So, yun ang ating tinitingnan.
However, it's a different story in Batanes where there is a surplus of garlic of about 27 tons. The provincial government explains that the surplus is usually sold to tourists, but as of now, visitor arrivals have not yet bounced back, which is why the provincial government has decided to buy the farmers' harvests to help them market their products. The local government have received orders from Cagayan Valley and Metro Manila, but around 20 tons still remain.
Kinatatakutan ko kung halimbawa mabulok yon doon at hindi nila naibenta, baka hindi na sila magtatanim. So, paano naman kami dito? Baka wala naman kaming mabiling bawang o kaya mag-import kami naman nung galing sa China na bawang. Yun naman ang ayaw ko. So, kaya tinulungan namin ng husto yung mga farmers doon.
The DA has already coordinated with the LGU so they can sell directly to restaurants and wet markets here in NCR. This will help lower the prices in markets as the province is only selling it for 150 pesos a kilo for Metro Manila buyers. Over in Benguet, a social media video showed families of farmers chopping local cabbages to be used as fertilizers due to low sale. Cabbage during that time is being sold for just around 5 pesos per kilo, way below the 15 peso per kilo production cost. Here in NCR, cabbage from the north costs 70 pesos per kilo, pricier by 10 pesos from the previous week. In a statement, the Kilusang Magbubukid ng Pilipinas blasted over importation and the rampant smuggling of goods. They said farmers are having a hard time competing with imported and smuggled agri-products. For its part, the DA continues to provide trucks to farming cooperatives to address issues on logistics under the Enhanced Kadiwa grant. They are also talking to municipal and provincial agriculturists to help sell products from areas with oversupply. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. Look on its upcoming live adaptation of the animated classic, The Little Mermaid. Disney posted a teaser trailer earlier today. The film features singer Halle Bailey as Ariel, the mermaid princess. of Queen Elizabeth II. According to a spokesperson, this was done in respect to the late British monarch. The award-winning show's first season began with the late Queen's wedding to Prince Philip and features her life from coronation to more recent events. The show, which is currently filming its 6th season, will once again suspend production on the day of the Queen's funeral. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. King Charles III makes his first address as head of the British monarchy. The king paid tribute to his late mother, Queen Elizabeth, and vowed to serve the UK and its territories with loyalty for the remainder of his life. An executive order allowing the optional use of face masks outdoors is due for release anytime soon. However, the DOH is not discounting the possibility of an uptick in COVID cases once the new policy is in effect. And in sports, Filipina tennis star Alex Ayala is heading to the US Open Finals. Ayala will face number 2 seed Lucy Havlikova of Czech Republic in the finals tomorrow. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 1:30 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Maricel Halili. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.